schooled by Oba again.
AJ Lee to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
And Jey tells Reigns to smash. Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX, the best wrestling channel just ever. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
And surprisingly, we open with Brock Lesnar, sporting new merch alongside Paul Heyman. Heyman claims that Lesnar got caught last week as he'd already beaten up 20 guys, then got distracted by Seth, which is why Oba was able to do what he did. Of course he was. Heyman adds that Oba's WrestleMania moment was last week. He's overhyped and that at WrestleMania he'll be conquered. The lights then drop out and out comes the Ruler. After getting in the ring, the two behemoths square up with Brock looking for an F5. Oba escapes it and clothesline Brock over the top rope. Lesnar looks to head back in, but Heyman guides the beast away and up the rampway because he knows he'd get his ass handed to him.
We have a vignette from Dominik Mysterio saying Finn Bálor cost him his title. He's the king of the luchadors, and then warns Penta he's coming for his Intercontinental title.
First up, we have the Usos against the Vision. 2K26 ratings, Jimmy 86, Jey 91, no, Paul 90, I don't think so, Paul, you've only been there 5 minutes, Theory 82, could be 79. It's a standard 50-50 fight until the turnbuckle pad is ripped off midway through the fight. Jey lands a spear to Theory and then looks to land a splash, but Paul trips him, causing the Uso to land on the exposed metal. For some reason, the ref is checking on Theory after the spear, so he doesn't see Paul throw Jimmy into the ring post on the outside.
Paul then proceeds to pull out his brass knuckles, but LA Knight's music hits and out comes the megastar from the Timekeepers, who then attacks Paul. With Paul down, Knight throws Jey, now recovered, the brass knuckles, who then proceeds to use them on Theory, right in front of the referee.
He's not bothered.
The bell is then called for, with the winners of the match then being the Vision. After the match, Jey, Jimmy and Knight were all about to head back up the rampway when Jey decides to return to the ring and downs Paul with the brass knuckles.
Ouchie.
So those three seem to be okay at present.
During the break, we hear from Los Americanos, and after a lot of Spanish, I think El Grande said he's going to take the mask of El Grande, which we called about 6 months ago. WrestleMania, mask versus mask.
Yeah. Becky Lynch heads out next. She throws shade on AJ Lee by saying she took off 10 months and not 10 years, and that when she came back, she made the Intercontinental title interesting. Apparently, when she went home, her daughter was skipping around and singing AJ Lee's theme song. Lynch then adds that she murdered the Divas era, best era,
Best dude.
and put a stake through the butterfly belt. This then brings out Lee, who heads straight into the ring, with Lynch making a sharp exit. Lee then gets on the announcer's desk and throws down the gauntlet, offering Lynch a match at WrestleMania. Lynch accepts, says she'll end her, and then welcomes her to the big time.
Is this a title match?
I would assume so, yeah.
I would as well. I think we said this a while ago, didn't we?
I thought this was already set, but...
Well,
maybe I just
think
assumed
it's
it
because
so much.
we know it's coming. It's just like, this is a match. Backstage, we see LA Knight speaking with the Usos and telling Jey he could have hidden the knuckles. Jey says everyone's got to get it, with Knight once again telling Jey he sounds like Roman Reigns. Jey's not keen on being told that, with Jimmy ushering him away. Jimmy then warns Knight that just like CM Punk's about to find out, I'd mind my words when speaking about the family. Serious.
Up next, Grayson Waller, 73.
62.
Versus Javon Evans, 78.
75.
Kingston with Waller, of course. A massive crossbody nets Evans 2, with the fight then heading to the outside. We eventually head back inside where Evans pulls off a super Hurricane Rana and OG cutter. This does for Waller as Evans picks up the 1-2-3.
Backstage, Paul Heyman asks Adam Pearce to schedule a match next week for the Vision to take on the Usos in a street fight. Heyman's about to head off, but Pierce tells him he's giving him time to address Seth Rollins and to head to the ring.
Heyman tells us that Reed and Breakker will not be back anytime soon, with Heyman then saying he has a stalker, Seth Rollins. Heyman's fed up and calls out Seth, with a hooded figure then making his way down and standing on the announcer's desk. Boston's finest then stand in front of Seth and lead him away. Heyman then enlightens us and tells us that he's took a restraining order out on the Visionary.
Clever.
As Seth's led away, Heyman says he's going to jail, his wife will divorce him, and his daughter will be up for adoption. Seth then escapes the popo, gets to the ring and drops Heyman like a stone. The cops manage to get hold of Rollins again and lead him away.
There's going to be nobody left in this race, is there? The Kabuki Warriors take on Lyra, Valkyria and Bayley next in tag team action. I think we've said these before, but Bayley 89, Lyra 84, I'll let that slide. Oscar 91, not on my watch. And Sane 84, 79. The Warriors hit a nice double team just before the break with Oscar bulldogging Valkyria and Sane following up with a drop kick. Back from the break, Lyra muscles up and dominates, getting a 2 off a powerbomb to Sane.
Lyra lands a fisherman's buster suplex to Oscar, followed up immediately by an elbow from the middle rope by Bayley and cover, only for Oscar to kick out on 2.
Now, for me, that should have finished the match, because that was basically like a double team finisher. You got the fisherman's buster, followed straight away by the elbow drop from Bayley, which she uses anyway.
Yeah.
And then Oscar's kicking out on 2.
Yeah,
that should have been... No, sorry, failed. Oscar, you deducted 10 more ratings points. Now, 76 or whatever you're on.
The fight then heads outside, where Bayley lands a Bayley to belly to Oscar on the announcer's desk, and then follows up with a missed elbow from the crowd barrier. Lyra then attacks Sane, throws her back into the ring, hits Nightwing, and picks up the victory. After the match, Jackie Redmond looks to interview the victors, but Vaquer call out Legend and Jax, with Bayley saying they run the tag division. Bayley then seemingly calls them out for a match of sorts next week, but she gets cut off by the booing crowd.
Because they wanted it now, but they've just had a match, so you're going to have to wait, Boston.
We later find out that both the men's and women's tag titles will be on the line next week.
I could see the Usos losing that. Because they seem to be getting wrapped up in the Reigns
stuff
debacle, so I could see them dropping them.
Yeah.
To let the Vision have them, because the Vision aren't doing anything else.
No,
really.
Yeah.
So they can have their tag titles.
That's the only thing they've got to go
and then the Usos
now,
can carry on with Reigns and the family thing and LA Knight and CM Punk.
Yeah.
Anyway, backstage we see Penta showing IYO SKY, whoever he is, his walk, with Dragon Lee then appearing and wishing Penta luck for later. After the break we see Danhausen curse IYO SKY, again, whoever that is, and that's about it for the Danhausen thing. I think IYO SKY, I'm not sure, is someone who little kids and imbeciles follow, not like our highly intelligent audience.
We then see Oscar telling Sane if she cares for the team, then she has to make it up to her.
That's true, that.
Oscar then walks off with IYO SKY and showing up and telling Sane she deserves better. Oscar then shouts for Sane, with Sane heading off. Big Mommy Call then appears and tells Sky she would have beaten Vaquer last week if Sky hadn't got involved. Rodriguez then tells Sky to meet her in the ring next week, with Sky accepting.
And again later on we find out that this is a match for next week. So to the last match of the night and the main event of the evening, Dominik Mysterio versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. Dom heads out with Liv Morgan, but as they do, Stephanie Vaquer jumps Morgan, with the pair then fighting back towards Gorilla as we head to a break. We come back to Dom heading out again, but this time with JD. Not the drink.
As Alicia Taylor is about to announce the competitors, Dom jumps Penta, only for Penta to best him and pull out his corner headstand double foot to the gut.
That rhymed.
A suplex of sorts nets Penta a 2, with Dom then kicking out of a Penta driver again on 2. Dom then counters a Mexican destroyer into a Michinoku driver and covers for 2. McDonagh then distracts Penta, allowing Dom to set up and hit the 619, with Mysterio then looking for the frog splash. As he sets up though, out comes Finn Balor.
JD goes to head him off, but Balor soon deals with him. With this happening, Dom goes for his splash, but Penta gets his knees up and then cradles Dom for the 1, 2, 3. With the match over, Balor runs into the ring and lays a beatdown on the Judgment Day leader. Finn then looks to finish Dom with a coup de grace, but JD pulls him to safety. Balor then jumps out at the pair, with Dom then escaping into the crowd and leaving JD to suffer a coup de grace instead.
In Gorilla, Jimmy warns CM Punk to be careful out there, as his brother's on the warpath. Punk thanks Big Jim and then heads out. Punk says Reigns can't do anything without the Usos, and that the entire family can't do anything without backup. He adds that no Samoan has come for him since Reigns called them to arms. The thing that annoyed Punk the most was being called old. He then says he is old but isn't ashamed of it, and doesn't try to hide it like Reigns does with his hair dye. Punk says age is just a number and that he feels great.
Punk goes on. Says he's going to GTS Reigns, win the title, and now tells Reigns he's going to wake up the following Monday morning and realise he got beat by the old man. Punk then says Gunther couldn't get the job done, and nor could Jey, with, you guessed it, Jey then heading out. Jey says Punk is old and that he's still running his mouth.
Punk asks Jey if he wants to throw down, but out comes Big Jim to stop things. Jimmy tells Jey he needs to lock in, and because he saw red earlier, the tag titles are on the line next week. Jey says he ain't bothered about the titles, with Jimmy then telling Jey to leave Punk to the OTC. Jey then says that Roman isn't even out here, but he is.
You're never going to guess what happens next. That's right. The OTC heads out, gets in the ring and stares at Punk. He then turns to Jimmy and asks if he's had his tag match, with Jimmy saying he has. Reigns adds, it's done then, saying, I'm going to say this as respectfully as I can. Get your brother and leave my ring. Punk says maybe they should stay as Reigns needs the help, with Jey then rushing Punk.
Punk deals with Jey, but Jimmy and Reigns then attack him, with Reigns landing a Superman punch. Adam Pearce and officials then head out to break it up. With Jimmy and Jey on the outside, Jey calls back to Reigns, telling him to get him and smash them all.
Smash them up!
With Reigns taking heed and spearing Punk. Reigns continues his attack and ends up powerbombing Punk through the announcer's desk. Raw goes off the air with Punk saying he doesn't need any help, and Reigns looking slightly annoyed on the rampway.
I mean, it's good that Reigns turned up.
Yeah.
Because I was a bit like, oh, he's not going to turn up for the
Yeah,
entire
he's just-
run.
yeah.
But he has turned
Just
up.
going to be
so,
Punk and the boys arguing.
Yeah, so I'll give him that. He's turning up. But this is what makes me think that the tag titles will change hands next week. With Jey saying to Jimmy he ain't bothered about the tag titles. So, I mean, I don't know, but I wonder if Punk will come out because it's a street fight.
Yeah.
Disrupt the Usos. Jey will go off, leaving Jimmy to
Yeah,
have to deal
fend
with
for
both
himself,
divisions,
yeah,
which obviously he won't, and then they'll lose. It's a street fight, anything goes. And then Punk's got involved with them, and then that would draw Reigns out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if they're looking for a Punk versus Jey match, which I still think they're getting a bit close to Mania, and you don't want anybody to get injured.
Exactly.
I'm not saying they will, but why risk it?
Yeah, fair,
I just feel it's getting a bit too close now to be like, let's have a match. But yeah, it was... Yeah, anyway. So, now for Michael's moment of the night. Whew, this is hard. This could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, quirky, different, just something that catches my eye. Obviously, it has to wait until the end, because if I do it halfway through, and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler. So, Michael's moment of the night is... tough. I have nothing. Nothing stuck out, which I think is a first. Oba did Lesnar last week.
Yeah.
And Reigns beating on Punk is nothing new.
No.
Is it really? And everything else was a pretty standard match.
Yeah, you say there's no...
There was no looking like, oh, I don't know. There might have been something in the background. I might have missed it, but I'm sorry to disappoint.
Now, if you wish to agree or disagree, or have any thoughts or views that you'd like to share with us, then please feel free to pop them in that comment section just down below. Don't forget to go and check out our Muses video with thoughts and opinions on the last week of WWE, because a new one drops
next year.
Every Wednesday.
Look, as you can see, we really get enjoyment out of this. So if you liked it or just like it, that's it. But as always, thank you for watching.
And we'll see you Wednesday for that look at the past week of WWE, and Saturday when we take a look at SmackDown.